The views expressed in this presentation are those of the hosts and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Brethren, we are at Refreshment.
I'm a cool guy, right? You know, we're cool. He's like, yeah. How weird.
Like I said, just a bunch of old guys eating hashed over crock pot food. And well,
You're just not high enough up in the conspiracy.
oh yeah.
And the potentate is right where you are. And what does he do? He just
starts laughing his ass off.
Welcome to the At Refreshment Masonic Video Podcast, the place for Masonic mischief and libations. I'm your host, Wesley Reuter, and let me introduce you to the rest of the guys. Over to my right, we got...
I'm Brock from Raven 303.
Yoshi, Villa Park, 1113.
Marty, a whole bunch of places. I'm gonna do that thing Brock did because it looks fly. It brought.
How we do that again? How we do that?
What is this?
It's like this.
That's why we get all those Illuminati bots on our freaking...
You see this bots? Keep them flying.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Illuminati bots.
Yeah, Illuminati bots.
Illuminati bots, way to go. Yeah, all right.
What's going on, Wes?
So that's how we have
today?
400.
I'm feeling a little bit better now. I've been
Yeah. Had a
Having a
couple.
couple drinks.
Had a couple drinks.
talking to my guys.
Loosened
over
up
there.
a little bit.
But no, as I was saying,
I don't know what you were saying.
What do you got going on,
I
Wes?
just wanted to see him make a face
Wes,
while
do
I
you
paused.
have something to
Yes,
talk
I
about
do.
today, Wes?
No, like I was talking to you guys earlier.
Okay.
off the set.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about scriptures on the altar.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Now,
It's a heavy topic.
Yeah, this is
scriptures
heavy.
Scriptures on the altar, are
Okay.
they still important?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I have an alternate
I don't know. Do you
scripture
guys
right
give
here.
away these big
No.
heirloom Bibles?
Ours are not that big. I know some lodges do give that big one. Ours is a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact.
And we've also given out a Quran and a Norse Bible recently.
Yeah.
Very
Yes,
cool.
because I
With
had-
the square and compass on the Quran?
I forget.
I don't
know, and that was a
don't
question
remember.
I was going to ask because I have seen them offered at places, Masonically.
Yeah.
But, excuse me,
I've also seen the Torah as well.
but those are the three main religions. Okay, this is the
what
one.
would you say the three main religions are?
Okay, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Those are considered the three.
The big
mainstream.
three.
Yeah, it's the big three.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
this is the one I laid my hands on. It's got my writing in it and everything.
Yeah, very
But-
cool. That's a nice Bible.
Yeah, it's a really nice Bible.
What about our brothers that are pagan or those that still believe in Greek mythology? Or it's not mythology to them. It would
Well,
be.
we
It would be
have
just as real as any holy book like this.
Huh.
Speaking as a man who is Catholic, it's my religion, and I don't force it on anybody. And if, again, like I've said this before, we are taught to. I don't want to say judge, but we're taught to accept our brothers on what's on the inside and not on the outside. We don't judge each other on our religious beliefs. We don't judge each other on our political beliefs. If a guy, if a man is coming into our lodge, he wants to join our lodge. He comes to our dinners to feel us out, and we feel him out to see if he's a fit. And he ends up being a different religion than I'm not going to shun him away.
No, as you should. No,
So
not
I mean,
at all.
me personally, who do we put our trust in? God. Plain and simple. We don't say what God it is because we want everyone to be, welcome. That's the whole point. We want you to feel welcome. We're not forcing. Another thing is people got to understand something. A lot of people want to say this. Freemasonry is not a religion. It is a fraternity of religious men, but it is not a religion.
I wouldn't even say religious. I'd say it's spiritual.
Yep.
Spiritual. I'll agree with you with that.
I was waiting
okay.
for that.
Thank you.
Now, this is the Book of Constitution and Bylaws. Thank you, Jamie.
Is that
Appreciate it.
Illinois?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Illinois.
Yeah, it's Illinois. It might be 2010, 2011, but in the
I doubt
Declaration
much
of
maybe it
Principles,
has.
okay, in the Declaration of Principles, which I'm not exactly sure when this was written, probably
Yeah,
1723, maybe earlier, but it goes down to say, when it's talking about the Declaration of Freemasonry. It is religious in that it teaches monotheism. Okay? So we are religious. And that's where what I'm trying to get at is that,
Is your religion monotheistic?
but not just that.
And just for our viewers at home, definitely not me, who's aware of every word at all times. What does monotheistic mean?
Singularity.
Okay, so one God.
One God.
Okay.
Which brings me to like paganism, if
Hinduism.
that's the correct, Hinduism,
Shinto.
Wicca,
Thelema.
and I was looking. I'm like, well, wait a minute. These people are good. I don't know if they have scripture, and is that solely it? Because if they believe in, one singular God, I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like it's that way anymore in Freemasonry, that it has to be monotheistic. Okay. What about those religions that don't have a full set of scriptures or something canonized?
Is there really any religion that doesn't have some form of holy document?
Yeah, some sort of holy document. I mean,
And I thought about that, and okay.
But as long as it's not an atheistic,
Well, I also
thing,
found an
you know?
atheistic Bible
well,
on
you
the
can find
internet.
a
But see-
satanic Bible,
yeah,
too,
but
which
you,
is
but the point,
atheism.
but you got to remember
You
that
can't be
that's one of
sworn
the
on
big
a Masonic
things.
altar on
But the point,
Anton
okay,
LaVey's
but the
book.
point is that if they don't have a set of scripture, should they be excluded? And is it, even if they do, is it okay? Is it, because there's some lodges that,
You're talking about France.
well, there's some,
You can be an atheist and be a Freemason.
not
In
here in
France?
Illinois.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Really?
hate France.
Yeah.
France, stop it. Whatever you're doing, France, just stop
Not
it.
here in
Don't do
Illinois.
that.
I guess because we don't try to exclude anyone. We try to include everybody when it comes to free. We
You know-
try. Not everybody, but like what if? And I don't know if there are any Wiccans that are Freemasons.
Oh, there absolutely has
But
to be.
I got a
as
friend in
far as I
Florida.
know,
I guarantee it.
there isn't something canonized as scripture. And that's the terminology I'm using. I could be
I would
wrong.
assume there has to be some form of equivalent.
But would they come out and say that to the rest of the lodge to be like, I don't feel that comfortable with the Bible. If we could just put my Wiccan Book of Shadows on there for me to do my degree.
Hold on. Why would you join a lodge where you couldn't show that part of yourself? Though?
That's true. That's true. If you're coming into this and you're joining, you're not comfortable telling, your potential brothers what your belief system is.
Well, because some people are afraid of being shunned.
I think that's something that Freemasonry should be working on.
No, that is something that Freemasonry should work on. But you know what? But you got to remember too. I mean, when we're questioning, when we go for investigations. One of the questions we ask: do you believe in God? Do you believe in a higher power?
Yeah,
I mean,
we
that's
don't say
why all of
which.
that.
But
We just say God, higher power.
see,
It's so weird because I don't know a technical term to be like, well, is Mother Earth considered a deity that's worthy
well, to
upon
some
your
Gaia.
oath?
To
Because
some
I would
that's
say
Gaia.
it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
like,
Greek
I mean,
mythology.
But
Gaia,
if you can swear on it, your oath binding is what matters of the book, correct?
I mean, well, yeah, but I guess if I got someone had a spiritual belief set that they truly believed it. Now I say truly,
Not
'cause
spaghetti monster.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
actually, if you
yeah,
can, I'm open.
Pastafarian.
No,
Is
no,
that what you call
that's
it?
no, dude.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm open to all ideas, but I find a lot of people that bring forth that they have, this certain set of ideals. Some of them aren't really okay. If you are telling me you believe in Norse gods or mythology and that's the spirituality you follow, and the only people you give me are characters from Marvel movies, please never come to my lodge.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Odin!
Don't just come and be like, oh no, well I'm this. I mean,
if you're about something, be about something.
Yeah, don't half it.
Well, I know Druids that are Freemasons. I know Thelemites that are Freemasons. There's got to be Wiccan Freemasons out there
You can
somewhere.
with Thelemites, you can do it on the Book of Law, right?
Well, this I don't know about in the state of Illinois. I know a Freemason and a Thelemite in a member of OTO in Minnesota, and he said that he took his oath on a book of the law. And
Really?
Yeah, and he said that it was a little bit of a weird thing, but they. I don't know if they classify it as an actual religion or how that. I don't know what
Thelma's
that
an
is.
actual religion.
Exactly, but it is a holy book to them. There are a whole situation there, and yes, he did. He believes in it. He took the oath on it, and it was square.
Well, I asked because all I've seen is either the Quran, Torah, or the Holy Bible. I have not seen anyone else lay
What's
their
the
hands on.
Bhagavad Gita or whatever? I think I've seen that before.
I haven't. I mean, I would like to see it. So one of the things I did is I did a search about, which religions don't have scripture.
Yeah.
And I went to this website after a Google search. Learn religions. It says, "Is there a witch's Bible?" So I clicked on it, and what it says, a reader asked, "I was recently in a local pagan shop and saw a book that was called The Witch's Bible. In fact, there were 3 books available, all by different authors, which similar titles, which I'm confused.
Those
as
aren't
well.
actual Bibles.
So, now, the answer here that they give here is, here's the thing, because witchcraft is not one universal confined set of beliefs and practices. It's impossible to put together any sort of big book or rituals that will apply to all people who practice witchcraft." So,
Polk Runyon would be a perfect person.
and that's what I mean. Now, if this person believes what they believe in a higher power, but it's not one of the 3 main scriptures, but they don't have an actual set that they can say, "This is all my beliefs right here." But I still want to be a Mason, but I can't lay my hands.
And they do believe in a supreme being.
Well, the only thing I would say with that is putting your hands on a Bible or whatever the holy book of scriptures is actually part of the ritual.
Absolutely.
It's part of taking it. And realistically, if you have a religion or an outlook and it really cannot be personified into one singular document where you could do that, I don't see a reason why, out of respect to the global idea of spirituality and oneness in the universe, that you just couldn't default to the King James Bible. Because realistically, if someone said that and they're like, "Well, my religion doesn't have a book," I said, "Okay, well, for the sake of ritual, would you be able to take your oath on this?" And they said, "Well, no, F that book." I'm like, "Well, first off, now you're talking to me from a perspective that can never truly be Masonic or open to ideas."
No, it's true. No, I totally agree with you on that. If they don't have that, they should be able to for the ritual to do that. And if they are like, "No, F that," then you're really kind of missing the point.
Well, yeah, thank you for showing me who you are, so you saved me some time.
The universality of Freemason.
Yeah, the universality of Freemasonry. Exactly.
I've seen other people who are of different religions not even ask for their holy book or put it out. Who have taken it on the Holy Bible.
Okay, look, we had a brother. Yeah, we had a brother.
I felt bad 'cause we didn't
I
know.
felt really bad.
Yeah.
We
I've seen it
did
before,
the
too.
whole we did 1, 2, 3 on him.
No, we
and
didn't.
we did.
You don't.
We oh no, you're right. It was the first degree. We did the rest, but when the ritual came and we talked to him and everything, and he said you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
We can't talk about this.
Absolutely.
But when he said
and you're like, "Oh shoot, we got the wrong book."
Wrong book, exactly. But you know what? We after everything was said and done, we're like, "Bro, I wish you would have told us."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, don't worry about it. It's okay."
Yeah,
it's
but
okay.
he's like, "No, that's cool." And that
But
is
he
what's
had
cool
respect.
about it.
He had respect.
Well,
What
like
it
you
is
guys were
respect.
just saying,
He
he
did
came
bring
to
his
it
family
knowing that
Quran because he wanted to do it on his family
Oh,
Quran
man.
for 2 and 3. But we didn't know what he was, and he Assalamu alaikum does at the altar, and we're like,
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh no," but we felt bad.
Yeah, I would have felt really
It
bad.
was
too.
cool. Yeah, you want to do the right thing.
That's
But
what
see,
I
but
mean.
going
You want to
back-
do the right thing for the brother.
But going back to my point, when he said, "Oh no, this was fine. I understood why it was here, and that was the bigger thing." I'm like,
Exactly.
"Now that's a cool
That-
dude."
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's
Exactly.
the Masonic
No, that-
thinking. That is Masonic thinking right there. I am going to show my brothers the respect that they deserve for their religion.
Yeah. And
know?
the way that you guys caught it, though, that's awesome. You fix it up. Wes, I don't know if you want me to go there, but what did you
it was
think
that
about
one right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's fine with me because I do believe.
I know that, but I just didn't know.
No.
Well, is there a separate LDS book?
No,
Book of Mormon.
there's the.
There was a play I saw once.
By the South Park guys. Can I put the play script down and take my obligation?
I would do it on the play script of that.
Fuck. Just cancel this whole episode.
Oh, stop.
No.
This is
No.
good. This
You
is
said
this
you
is
took it
fine.
on
This
that Bible. You're the second person right here who's saying who didn't throw a
But
stink
the-
about it. You
but
put
that's
your
the
hand
thing.
down on it.
Oh gosh, here we go. All right.
All right, here we
The
go.
thing is that this here is part of our scripture.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
If I would have just took it on the Book of Mormon, that would have been fine. Or any of the
But
other
could you have done
scriptures
that
we
though,
adhere
if
to.
you wanted to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's what I'm
Because one of the
asking.
guys, they did exactly what you said, and I wasn't going to say anything until
Yeah.
brought it up. And they're like, is that okay? We're sorry. I'm like, no, it's not.
I know. I love those moments that we've all had in Lodge. Where, the area we're in is
It's fine.
predominantly Catholic Christian. So
Yeah.
that's what we're used to. But that moment, like, I'm sorry. I also love your Jesus too. Yeah. You have that moment.
No, okay, look, the bottom line is this. This is my opinion. As long as if you don't have a book and you show respect for the other books that we have, then you're in the right place.
Yeah.
But if you come and you don't have a book and you're like,
I don't want you to falsely oath on a book either, though.
No, I don't. But if
Yeah.
you're if you show that respect, then that's in my opinion, that's
I also want to be respectful right off the bat, and not have what happened to your guy. Because
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was cool with it. It's not a big deal to me because I still believe in the Holy Bible.
Well, I know that in Freemasonry we can open up the lodge with any book.
Right. No, and that's fine.
Well, not
but
any book. A religious
I want to be
textbook.
the person, even though I'm the asshole of the group, to be respectful enough to ask, hey, do you have a set of scriptures, a holy book, a holy sacred volume to lay your hands on?
And that's a great way to put it.
Because here
Absolutely.
we only have this book and that book and the other book. So well, you got to bring your own because we don't have it. I'm sorry, but
It's kind of cooler if you're
I'd
actually
rather
into
be
something
respectful
like that.
and say, hey,
Well, no,
can you
I
bring
think-
your own set so we can do this right?
Well,
I don't think there's a problem. I don't think there should be a problem
No,
with
but
that.
see,
a
these
good,
are the open conversations when you go through the investigation.
Exactly.
When you meet a
This
guy.
is
But
yeah,
sometimes
it should be talked
people
about.
That
forget
is
about
a
it.
great
Well,
thing,
and that was our
and it
case.
shouldn't be.
Right.
That should be something in the investigation committee
But
for
I'm not
sure.
I'm not faulting anybody from that. And I'm just saying, like, for me, I want to be that guy to remember, even though I'm sure I'll have the brain fart and forget. But you want to be that guy so the guy has
Somebody that knows.
right off the bat, hey, they asked me if I'm cool with this. They don't know if I believe it. They didn't ask if I believe it. They just asked if I was all right with this.
No, and that could be something.
And that's very respectful, and that goes a long way.
Yeah.
And that could be something in lodge planning because I've started to try to devise like a nice checklist that we could have for when you're bringing a cat in from the moment you receive an inquiry through. That maybe that's one of those questions that you cover that you bring it up with. Hey, what is your book? How do you feel? And if what you feel is in line with Masonry, but you don't have a book, what book are you comfortable with?
Right. Because, okay, we know it as Greek mythology, but to somebody that believes it, do they still call it mythology?
What about in
I
like
don't
Norway
think so.
or
I don't
something,
know,
you
but
Yeah.
they don't call it mythology. So if they come in with that, I don't know. Maybe some particular lodge might be like, well, to me, I think it's okay.
Okay, but
Shoot, if you had tattoos, some lodges will blackball you. So.
To me, it's okay, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't speak for every individual
dude,
lodge
that-
because people don't understand everything the same
to
thing.
go back to that, and this is just me, one of those moments where I stare at the camera and say what I say.
Right.
If your lodge is not considering membership because you don't understand their spirituality, please give your charter back to the Grand Lodge immediately because you missed the first lesson.
Public announcement.
Public announcement from
Yeah.
Marty.
But hey, if anyone can tell me I'm wrong,
No, I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I wanted to talk about it because
Absolutely.
people that aren't Masons watch us.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how, we really don't talk about any kind of religion or anything like
because
that.
we don't need to. But
No, we don't.
spirituality
Right,
and religion are
But
detached.
the thing is that Masonry,
People aren't Masons.
like I said, if you go into the supply book, you will see the Torah, the Holy Bible, and the Quran. There's only 3 sets of scriptures Masonically available. Most of the time.
But because those
That's
are
why
the 3 main ones. I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, because a guy at your lodge drinks Diet Cherry Dr.
No,
Pibb.
no. And right, but if somebody like goes through them, like, well, there's only 3 books. Where's my book?
So what about having
They might be
all
like, well,
books
maybe
printed
they
all
don't
the
allow
time?
me to come in.
But
if
honestly,
they don't
that's how
need
they
that.
do it in New
But
York.
you know what though?
Yeah,
to be
I've
honest
heard
with
of
you,
that, too.
we've never had that. You know, we've never had somebody, come at us like that.
Okay,
You know,
well,
we I mean, I guess
there's no Masonic Book of Mormon scripture.
okay.
That's
There's no which one?
Book of Mormon.
Mormon.
There is no Masonic edition of the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is kind of
I can think of a
odd.
whole other episode to explain why
Yeah,
that
but you
didn't
know what
happen.
though? Which is so, it's kind of odd because,
I know. Yeah. But all I'm saying
Masonic
is
history and
that
the Mormons.
Yeah.
okay, because if somebody's thinking about coming in, well, is my beliefs accepted? That's one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
Well,
I
see,
figured
and
we
that's
should talk
another
about
thing.
it.
That's a great
Well,
thing
that
we
also
should
talk
goes
about it.
Yeah.
It goes back to the
we're putting our face out in the
investigation,
world.
the investigation committee, and feeling out. Because like if you're gonna join, you should go and break bread with them at least 3 times. Get to know them, and the lodge should want that to happen too. They need to feel each other out and see if you're gonna fit.
Yeah.
And
That's why you
that
should
come
visit
in
many
with it.
lodges.
You should.
You should shop lodges around, and
Yep.
realistically, we have a lot of people that hit us up that aren't Masons yet that watch our show that want to know how to get down. Do not hold back on your true feelings in those investigations.
Yeah.
Because if you think you're giving them the answers they want to hear,
You're
you can
cheating
be
yourself.
You're
short.
cheating. Yeah, you're
Yep.
cheating
Yeah.
yourself. Don't
You are.
like.
And realistically, there might be one lodge in your area that's uptight that you wanted to play this certain way for, but had you took the moment to shop around, be honest.
Just don't pick
present
the
yourself.
closest lodge because it's close to your house or it's close to your work.
no.
It's nice that lodge
You
is
can
there.
start there.
Yeah, exactly. You can start there.
there.
Visit that lodge. Check that lodge out. Go to dinner there. Meet some of the guys. But you know what? Visit around and shop around because you're definitely going to find lodges in other areas where you're going to click with people. You'll find a pocket of something that you're into or a lot of people at that lodge or whatever. Another show we definitely should talk about is lodge culture and about like Hinsdale Lodge. There's so many different lodges that I can think of that you can go to that lodge to 3 lodges within 15 miles of each other. In each 3 lodge, all the members are completely different. It's a completely different style lodge, every single lodge.
Yeah.
And it's that simple though. It's
Except they got to all
Close.
calling each other because they all have different follow each other to do degree work. But that's all.
well, that's how you know everybody.
Yeah.
Well, when you're shopping for a lodge, make sure they're serving hashed over crock pot food. With that, we're going to have to take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the At Refreshment Masonic Video Podcast. And we're back with a special guest from, guess where? Villa Park. Yeah. So, without any more delay, we're going to introduce you to Mike the Poet. Mike, come on in.
Come on down.
Mikey.
Welcome, brother.
How you doing, brother?
Love you, brother.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you too, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Doing
Well,
good.
You're a social media guy and obviously a Freemason. So, where's Masonry going in the social media age?
Masonry is going where we take it. And as individuals, we all have different ideas about Masonry. We all obviously come into Masonry for different reasons, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm doing social media, I'm talking to the Grand Lodge of Spain. I'm talking to the Grand Lodge of Ohio, but we might be talking to the Grand Lodge of England and all over the world.
Wow.
Different demographics, different attitudes, and a different approach to Masonry. Okay?
Okay.
Going back generations and generations. So I get emails all the time from different people of different genres, different ethnicity, asking me, what's the difference between a Prince Hall Mason, ancient free and accepted Mason,
A three-letter.
three-letter
They
I live it-
don't letter it like
Yeah,
that or
they
say
don't
it like
yeah.
that, but that's
Yeah,
what they mean.
F and A M, A and
Yes,
F.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Not to mention all the Illuminati bullshit.
There's a lot of that out there.
WhatsApp. Hit us up on WhatsApp.
Yeah. TikTok.
We're a brotherhood, and I come from the street. I've been around a more aggressive environment my whole life. And when I decided I wanted to be a Freemason, I grew up, most of the last 10 years living in Bensonville. So I reached out to Brother Marty. He said, come on down for dinner. And I'm like, used to being around a group of Hispanic guys, a group of black guys in the street. But now I'm in a comfortable setting with a bunch of gentlemen wearing suits. And what excited me about it was the fact that when I sat down to break bread, I'm a psychopathic genius judge of character. I know what everyone's thinking at this table right now. I know who's legit and who's not. And when I sat at that table, all the men in the room looked at me and was like, come on, brother! He even got Tupac on his arm. Come get some of this soup. And I'm like, hey!
That's funny.
Welcome to Freemason.
You know what? I was there. That story is actually more accurate than it. Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow.
So you found it more than accepting, I take it.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
And then I realized, well, we're all kind of pale. Like, we're kind of all light-skinned guys. So I got this one nephew of mine who I kind of grew up with. He's about 6'7". His name's JoJo Christensen, who's also a Master Mason. Villa Park 1113. He's living in California right now. I brought him to the lodge. He's 6'7", got a bigger fro than Dr. J. And when they treated him just as good as they treated me, I was like, okay, this is fucking legit. Excuse my French. You French guys better start listening. Brother Stu in England, thank you, brother. I love you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Brother Stu. I got him on Twitter. That's
Brother
right.
Stu loves you guys.
Thank you for watching us,
keep
Brother
watching,
Stu.
man. We appreciate it.
I love all the people Mikey brings on Twitter. I'm like, I got a bunch of Italian Demo Lay kids following.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the community work that we do, you got young kids, and a lot of the people that reach out to me and say, hey man, I'm interested in masonry, usually seem to be in a situation of struggle for some reason. 80%. And then I noticed there's a 5% that are just power hogs. That I feel it, and then I'm like, okay, and I was talking to Brother Dave about it, I'm like, but man, I can't judge why they're approaching, even though my own instincts are like, man, I have this horrible feeling, I grew up like this, and I'm looking at them.
A little bit, though. We all got to guard the West Gate.
We do.
I do.
Yes,
We do.
But sometimes I get like,
But Tyler still has a sword, even though it's
You don't want somebody to
emblematical now,
slip
there's
through,
still a
though, man,
reason
who
for
could
it.
be somebody struggling.
Yeah,
who
no,
wants to...
I mean, dude, this is okay.
Here-
What's the saying? Every man could be a Mason, but not every man could be a Mason. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, it's true.
Are the Prince Hall Freemasons recognized by the Grand Lodge of Illinois?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
We just had the 20th anniversary.
They just did that. They did that where they had both masters
Right,
get
together.
meet together, be both officially
received.
Yeah.
In Bloomington, Illinois, that just took place.
Yeah.
So,
But in some
fact,
states,
I posted
in
it
many
on
states,
Instagram
well, not
and
many,
Facebook
but in
and
a handful of states, like, I don't know how many now. I think
There's
it's
only like three.
Three. That's
yeah,
exactly
there's
what I was going to
three
say. There's
states
literally
don't
three that are a
recognize Prince
little
Hall.
sketchy.
And like, but it's
They
so
recognize,
bad.
but they don't have visiting rights and
Visiting,
stuff
yes.
like that. Yeah.
Where if you're Prince Hall or you're a four-letter, however you want to look at it, in Illinois, you can come and go from either really lodge as you please. I mean, make your proper communications that you'll be arriving. But I've sat with Prince Hall brothers. Prince Hall brothers have sat with us. It's cool.
I've visited Prince Hall.
If a Prince Hall Mason is broke down in your community with his wife and kid, and you and the boys are in the back making steaks,
Yeah.
are you going to stop what you're doing,
Yes.
get in the car, and go help that brother?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 110%.
Not only that,
Yeah.
I have my neighbor 4 houses down is a Prince Hall Freemason in the same city as me. And so one night, I had 2 sketchy people with rubber gloves on outside of my house about to try to break into my house, and I busted them. And I heard them. I was sitting on the couch. I heard them jiggling on my doorknob. And I opened the door, and there was 2 people on my front porch, and they're like, "Oh, we were just admiring your Halloween decorations, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, are you guys lost? What do you guys need?" They're like, "Oh, my family lives in the corner, blah, blah, blah." Dude, I shut the door real quick. I'm like, "Give me 1 second." I knew nobody else in my neighborhood at that time. Dude, I'm talking, it's 2:30 in the morning. I texted my Prince Hall brother that's down the block from me, and I was like, dude, grab your pit bulls, come over to my house. I was like, I got 2 people on my front porch, dude, and I don't know who they are, and I don't have anybody else in my neighborhood to call. He didn't care about jurisdiction. He didn't care about meeting rights or lodge, whatever. If his dues are paid, my dues are paid. Dude, he grabbed those dogs, and he was down in a minute. When I was on the phone, he was pulling his pants up, running down the stairs. And, dude, I came outside to talk to these guys, and, dude, there he is, acting like he's casually walking down the street. Oh, I'm strolling up. I'm like, no, we had this planned. We're Masons, dude. We're figuring out what you guys are doing out here in my neighborhood tonight. And, dude, when I seen they had purple gloves on, I knew they were out B&E, checking cars. Checking cars. And I'm partying with my neighbor across the street, so we're coming in and out, grabbing beers. So they see us coming in and out. They came to check the door. Little do they know, 15 minutes ago, I just came in and closed it up for the night. I'm not grabbing a beer. And they thought, shoot, maybe nobody's home. And, dude, that brother right there, man, like you're saying, dude, he was there for me, dude. And even before I was a Mason, he invited me to come out and have, because he knew I liked Masonry. He's seen my library, my books. He's hung out with me a few times. And he invited me to come to his Prince Hall Lodge. Only white guy there. Came, ate dinner, talked about Freemasonry. Nobody said anything about it. They even asked me if I was like looking to petition their lodge.
And that's the way it should be.
That
That is
dude
exactly
from
what it
Blink
should be.
182, that white boy from Blink 182, he's in a Prince Hall Lodge. Was that Tom DeLonge?
Yeah. I don't know if he's
guy.
in Prince Hall.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he's Prince
I know
Hall.
he's a Mason, though.
No, he's
yeah.
Prince Hall.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
mean, a lot of people that are in military lodges also, because a lot of Prince Hall lodges are also military lodges, correct? So you could be in the military all around the world, and kind of like Tom DeLonge, you don't have to be a specific race or creed or something to belong to Prince Hall or to belong to our lodge. It's just whatever lodge you come in contact or whatever brothers you fit with or whatever culture of the lodge.
Let me ask you another question, brothers. Do you 4 brothers feel comfortable walking into a Prince
Absolutely.
Hall Lodge?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
And kicking back and watching a good basketball game
Yes,
downstairs?
absolutely.
A couple of years ago, we had that cigar, like,
Oh, we did that joint cigar smoking thing, yeah.
cigar smoking
Joint
thing.
smoking?
Dude,
Well-
no.
But yeah, I mean afterwards, but
It was both grandmasters at the time. We all like Prince Hall
that was
and us. We
Dwayne
all
and Tony.
Yeah, we all met at this cigar shop and what was it, Manson? There was a barbecue and cigar smoker. Dude,
Awesome.
everybody there was just shooting the shit and having a great time with each other and enjoying the brotherhood.
Yeah.
And dude, I didn't feel uneasy walking in that place. You're amongst brothers. You shouldn't feel it uneased.
I love you, bro.
I love you too.
I love you.
too. I do. But
You guys think
should.
that sometimes Prince Hall
you
kind
should
of
not
gets
feel that.
Worshipful master,
the
Villa
wrong
Park
end of the
11.
stick sometimes, though?
I think the sheer fact that a lot of BS clandestine masonry
Robs from that.
uses the
I
Prince
think-
No, it
Hall
does.
moniker.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah.
How do we block them completely out and say you are not Freemasons, you're Fugazi, and if you don't stop, you're going to get fucking knocked in the face?
Well, in my opinion, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Are some states they actually copyright or trademark?
Yes, that's true.
Some do, yeah.
Some states
do.
do.
I don't know if that's the answer.
But is that
that's-
really gonna stop
maybe
them?
that-
Trademarks aren't
Look, it's
possible.
not. It's not going to stop
It's
them.
a try. It's something. I don't know the answers.
It's not. Okay, here. Bottom line is this: if you're going to go, if you're joining, okay, but we can't really talk about too much of it. But look, if you go and you're joining Freemasonry and you're about to get jumped in, that's not Freemasonry. Okay,
They are
That's-
charging
that-
you $300 a month.
Oh no,
That's not Freemasonry.
If it's
Oh.
an international order of something, or
well, none of it would.
no, that's true.
See, I don't even know what the.
If they are trying to give you your Blue Lodge, Eastern Star, and Royal Arch degrees together,
Or
that's
Scottish
not-
Rite
that's
degrees,
pro-
even.
yeah, that's probably
I've
most
heard of
likely.
people joining a lodge where they claim that they're taking the Scottish. They're like, oh, I'm a 32nd degree Scottish Rite. My somebody is that got me in there a 33rd. And I'm like, oh, well, you know that's pretty rare. And they're like, oh, no, dude. That's like, we got a bunch of 33rds in our lodge. And I'm like, well, dude, that seems a little weird. How does that work? And he's like, well, dude, you just pay like this money. I'm like,
If you're
call my WhatsApp.
if your 33rd degree costs $3,300, you're not a real Freemason.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's like they're racketeering with the Illuminati stuff. But
It's the same stuff.
And
I do think, the regular Prince Hall Masons get a bad rap because of it.
They do.
I mean, can
do.
you tell me yes or no? I mean, you're in a position
Mikey, you see a lot of stuff online. What do you see?
Yeah.
I'm not a Prince Hall Freemason.
No. Yeah.
But
But
obviously,
social media, you're big on social media compared to us. We're not.
well, we're big because it's Villa Park 1113. I'm just a little Wizard of Oz dude pulling the strings. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But-
that's what matters, man.
Mascot.
That's the heart and soul.
But I respond to people, I talk to people, I get different feedback, Instagram, Twitter, and talk to different groups of people. And I feel like some people don't understand completely what it is that we're doing right now and where they fit in. Like, where do I fit in?
Is
I
that
like
their
this.
big question? Where do they fit in?
Well, I'm going to even go further than that and go into street gangs with the symbolism.
Okay.
And Marty, if you could show the square and compass, I have people always asking me, "Oh, that's the 6-point star."
GD,
are you folks? Are you? And I'm like, no, that's the Star of David.
Yeah.
And different people on social media will attack one question 30 different ways.
Oh gosh.
So
yes.
if
they're throwing spaghetti to see what sticks.
it's
But in Chicago, though, dude, something like that, man, you got to be careful how that stuff
But we're
works.
talking social media era with Masonry. If we're going to be real
right.
and put everything on the table,
Yeah.
if something happens to your little cousin tomorrow, something gets hit by a car,
Yep.
and then 6,000 people come on there and start typing, every one of those opinions leaves a stamped impression on our brotherhood if it's coming from brothers.
Yeah.
So there's levels to what is going on that are far and beyond just what we see, unless you're sitting there for 8 hours like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So how do we monitor this as a brotherhood? How do we in the 2019 make everybody feel comfortable, make everybody feel equal, and make everyone feel welcome into our brotherhood and say, we're about community, we're about charity, we're about making our brothers better men, and we don't want bad people, we want people that are already good, that got it here, and make them better.
Well, because
Yeah. That's awesome.
Honestly,
it's conspiracy theories, and people believe in them because Hollywood has done a great job with making it seem like there's a few people that meet in a secret room in a certain corner of the earth.
or a bar.
And only they,
In Elmhurst.
at the Trial Club.
Yeah.
So only they control everyone.
Look,
in the
bottom
world.
line
And
is this.
because it makes good TV, so people believe it.
To answer my answer to your question is educate.
Yeah.
Educate.
Well,
That's it. We have all these tools on these phones, all these different social media apps. Educate.
But it's harder to close a wound than it is
what do you
easier
got?
to
What do you
open it
one
up.
of the reasons you have to kind of look at, and Mikey, real talk, Illinois Grand Lodge, he built most of the state's online infrastructure. You guys took it, but not a big deal because he did it by right. And I'll say that. But realistically, Masonry as a whole, for some reason, we're always antiquated in a couple things that we do. Like realistically, the fact that our lodge wasn't able to take dues with a credit card to 2019, when that's been the major currency since most of our adult lives, is kind of hilarious. And one of the things that I think really shot us in the foot, or if you type in Freemason into Google, the first 83 things that are going to come up are going to be all fake before you even get to us.
Yeah.
We never got... Masonry came late to the internet and the social media revolution. So guys like you who are really out there trying to do a good thing, and like Wayne Spooner from our Illinois Grand Lodge and all these guys...
Wayne.
But think about it.
There's so
Wayne Spooner, he is on top of education in
Mark,
Illinois.
if you really
And he
think
can
about
speak.
Oh yeah, I've been to so many of his lectures, man, and he educates with passion, with comedy, dude. Where like you feel what he's saying, and not only that, like you remember what he said.
Yeah.
Wayne's man. What's what we're
But
saying?
like you were, okay, with us trying to keep up or coming late into the game with the social media thing, is because we based ourselves on we are not a secret society, but we are a society of secrets. The degrees are supposed to meant to be surprise. Like I've always said, you don't tell somebody about a surprise birthday party, otherwise then it's not a surprise birthday party. It's as simple as that.
Well, but
I think they tried, and this is just my opinion, no one's told me this.
Yeah.
But if we can stay away from that, then we still got the surprise thing and no one's going to look it up on Google.
Well, but the problem is, which you're probably right with a lot of the ideas that we're going to stand to our old guard. But when you had all of our books pretty much exposed already,
Yeah.
if anyone, you could see everything, anything secretive we do in a room, some guy already posted to some Reddit page.
Yeah.
But dude, before I joined, I'd read all that. I'd owned all the monitors for every state, and
It never makes sense to see it.
No, because
No.
I'm sitting here reading through it, and I'm like, yeah, that guy said that to that guy, and I'm looking at a diagram of the lodge. But you know what, man? When you see the floor work and you see the rod work and you start seeing people
when you
move
see
about
the
the
actual
lodge,
ritual,
and
it is
it is a ritual. It is a movement, man.
It's a little
cool.
bit deeper than that.
It is.
And if you've just read the words and you watch us and you like Masonry
And you're curious.
go partake in it, because the one thing that changes from just reading it is to be in that room truly full of that energy.
Yeah.
That energy that you completely don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what shocked me?
Please tell me.
Brother Marty, was the fact. No, you guys can laugh at me.
No, we're not laughing at you the way he said it. Please tell me.
Is the knowledge that some people who are not Masons, a lot of people that are not, a guy at Jimmy John's, a guy working at Jimmy John's, a brother who might have been a rapper who might be 50 years old, and they come out with such a passion for Masonry. They are not a Mason. They don't know anyone who is a Mason, but they sit there and they study what we do. And they're very excited about it. And it's like there's a movement of Masonry building that I've noticed of people that are just like in limbo. They just need a little somebody to just say, hey, come over here and have a piece.
Actually, the hip hop star KRS-One, he has a deeper understanding of actually what we do than a lot of people that are truly in it. And KRS-One, if you're watching this, which
You're not a Mason.
You're not a Mason, but join Masonry because you get it.
When they did the exploitation of hip hop, we had KRS-One and every pioneer in hip hop on it. I did the soundtrack for that particular documentary called The Exploitation of Hip Hop, and he was on there. And I've sat with the brother before, and we've discussed life and this and that. And he's a conspiracy theorist.
Really?
Yeah, he's
But
very.
I don't know. I don't know the guy.
I don't know that.
This is the first time I've ever heard.
He's one of the
Yeah.
deepest thinkers you could ever sit with, as far as he analyzes everything. He has to have proof of it. He breaks it down to a science. He's like kind of like a human robot. Shouts out KRS-One.
Yeah, actually, for real.
If you're a Mason, if you're not a
He's
Mason.
not.
I've had so many people send me his, because I also not as hardcore as you, but I do a little bit of stuff in the hip hop shit with video and the newer guys coming up, and I've had so many people send me the KRS-One of him talking and educating everybody about Freemasonry.
I've seen it.
It's that one. But dude,
He's got
so
stuff
many
he misses,
dude,
but
and it's great.
Yeah.
He goes great, but that small beginning. I'm not a Mason, but I'm considered an honorary 33rd. And all. I'm like,
would you
don't say that, and it would have been perfect.
Would you consider what KRS-One did in the video good publicity
Yes.
for our
Yes.
brotherhood?
Absolutely.
White, black, Hispanic,
Yes,
any Masons
100%.
anywhere?
He did not make us sound dumb. He did not make us sound
Evil.
old or evil. Exactly.
Right.
He represented us fully, and he talked about the real beliefs and the things, but it's just like, just become a Freemason.
And actually, if you look in the links to this video, we'll put the KRS-One video. I
We
think
should.
a lot of us are talking about. It's worth watching. Out of
It
people
is.
that don't know about Masonry, it's one of the better approaches.
And you come
I've
across
seen.
it. Like he's saying, anybody in hip hop, dude,
Brother.
there's certain videos in hip hop that you come across, dude.
When I was a kid, I used to do fundraisers on West Madison, maybe 1999, with the Soldiers at War. They sold more hip-hop albums than any rappers in their history out of a trunk. 1 million copies. Black Jesus, the 5-Star General, Mo Mike. They would do the fundraisers for Farrakhan and his sons. So when they would be down on West Madison, I, who am a master Mason, will go with Black Jesus. They call him Young Khan the Don. And I would raise more money from all the white folks.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hell yeah, we're going to... They were like, come ride the float with us at the Bud Billigan parade.
Yeah.
And that type. So even though I've watched Farrakhan speak, And he's like, well, the Freemason, well, I mean the white Masons, not the brothers. And,
Really?
Yeah, and I respect everybody. I know his sons. I've sat with DJ Legendary, Terry Hunter, and all Farrakhan's sons in there, with Twan Gabs and everybody.
Twan Gabs.
And even though there's videos out there and different groups of people that are like, oh, they're not doing this and they're not doing that, I am a true testimony, I guess, of Freemasonry and giving my word that I know this dude's gonna have my back, and he's gonna have my back, and they're gonna have my back,
Absolutely.
not because I'm Sicilian, not because I'm this or that, because I took an obligation to be my brother's keeper and have your back the same way you're gonna have my back.
Absolutely.
And it don't matter if you're the janitor and he's the CEO of the same company. You guys will leave your ego at that door, sit on the level, and get it done.
And that's
think-
the right way. That's the right way.
And I think it's time to do a shout out.
Hey!
That is,
Exactly.
you know what?
That was
is-
a perfect.
That was
Hey!
beautiful.
Yeah,
That was a
man,
beautiful
exactly.
ending.
Thank
And,
you so much.
we're
Yeah,
doing a
thank you.
shout
Let's not
out.
ruin brother's computer though.
A shout out.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
Yeah, not on the computer. Not on the computer.
Finally.
Real quick, I would like to give a shout out to someone who's not a brother but is working on becoming one, and we're actually helping them. Kirby in Arkansas. I hope you're watching this episode, brother.
Kirby! Oh yeah. Great work, gentlemen. That was awesome.
Good job, Mike.
Absolutely, man. Thank
Thank you for everything.
Man, you guys are
appreciate it.
awesome.
Oh,
Thank you
dude,
for
thank
coming
you.
on.
Man, I love you
Mike,
guys.
love you, brother.
Everyone out there in TV and internet land. Hey, if you like us, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're working on getting on podcasts. Hopefully, we'll be out there by the time this one comes out. If you want to shout out, leave a comment. You know where to do it. Instagram, YouTube.
Message us, email us, hit us up, man. Let us
know where you're
hear some
listening from.
feedback. I know you guys
Give
are
us
listening.
questions. That's something we need.
What do
give
you
us
guys wanna
questions.
hear
Send us
about?
questions.
We didn't kill Tupac.
Just
None of those questions.
Just cut it at that line. We did not kill Tupac. And we out.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Be back soon.